With India's long-standing relationship with royalty, luxury and all things that spell magnificence, it's hard to keep uber luxury brands from setting foot in India. The only difference being that while there was an era where luxury dwelled in the country, today is an era when luxury has to find ways and means of making a place for itself here. Entering the Indian market has a whole new meaning for these labels. The latest fad being having a socialite lead the brand unofficially within his or her circuit of affluent individuals. So be it high tea or a tasteful luncheon or a good old feet-thumping party, these chosen ones manage an elite guest list only to ensure that the creme de la creme become potential clients of sorts for the brand. Khushbu Patoria gets you all that's behind this concept, the socialites who've made a career out of this and its success rate in India.
They're beautiful, they're suave, they're the creme de la creme of society. And guess what? That's exactly what they monetize. Popularly labelled as socialites, they are fast becoming luxury brand icons. Be it Lady Helen Taylor, the British semi-royalist and socialite who is known for her 19-year-long association with Armani, or Paris Hilton, the new age socialite who is now a brand name herself. These women are known to be influencers when it comes to understanding high-end labels that straddle across categories like fashion, beauty, spirits, cars, or even home and kitchenware. And this age-old Western concept is now trickling down to India with uber luxury brands adopting the same strategy with our very own Desi socialites.
When we first launched in India, we did a very similar thing. We did a high tea at the Oberoi in Delhi, and we asked a few of my close friends who are Judith Beccaria, patrons, to come up and show the support. So it is a concept that we have followed because it's a very, very popular concept in America. That's where we took the concept from when we moved it into India. We did a luxury show in Ludhiana, very similar concept. We did Pune, we've done Chandigarh, and I think it is something moving forward we're very, very keen to continue pursuing in people's homes.
There are a lot of brands that are not available in India in terms of luxury. They look for tie-ups like this. It works correctly because it allows them to weigh the market and look at the market in the correct manner, whether it's going to be successful or not. It's just like a test marketing, I would say more like a test marketing step before walking into the market.
India too has its share of Helen Taylors. One of them being Kalyani Chawla, who from being the host of Dior parties,
We're going to celebrate Dior in Bombay,
finally went on to become the official spokesperson for the brand in 2006. Other popular women in the circuit are the likes of Queenie Singh, Chaya Momaya, Tanisha Mohan and Purnia Qureshi, who've hosted parties for brands like Kenzo, Ulysse Nardin, La Prairie and many more. Now, just being a socialite or popular in the social circle is not enough. These women also need to understand the brand and its core. That's the most important criteria that a brand looks for, apart from, of course, making sure it's attended by the right kind of people.
The brands, rather, feel that the users are the best way to send the message across. And especially like, say somebody like me when I launched La Prairie. I've been using La Prairie since 95, 97, that time. And they knew they had my list back in Switzerland, because they always try to print it in. And that's how they approached me over here. And because I knew where the product came from, what it does to your skin, I could speak to women who I was inviting and telling them and enlightening them about how it has worked for me and what the product is all about.
Once they've made their choice of the host, brand owners leave it to them to decide the theme of the get-together, which could be a lunch, a high tea, a dinner or even a loud party. From there on, it's the host who takes the lead, given the fact that she knows what her friends will enjoy the most. And mind you, it's not an easy job. Everything is well thought out. From the decor to the food menu, literally everything.
I did a dinner for Daniel Hollande. That was exciting because it had to be a sit-down dinner. So you call the people that will enjoy a sit-down dinner, who don't mind sitting over a long course dinner. Now there are lots of people in my circle who are very bored with sit-down dinners. So you omit that because it's too painful for them to sit down. You put them in a way that everybody is sitting and talking to, the person next to you on your right side, left side, front. There is some synergy, that there's some conversation. So because you don't want it to be a boring dinner anyway, and you have to have the energy of being a good hostess, you make everybody feel comfortable.
For one of the launches like Varuna Dijani, when she was launching of couture jewelry, everything was 65 lakhs and above. So I had the whole room sprayed in Chanel No. 5, and there was real solitaires in champagne glasses. The security wore the most expensive suits, because when a lady is paying that kind of money to buy a set, also lives in that kind of atmosphere. So I have to create that whole look.
In most cases, the entire cost of the gathering is borne by the brand itself, which could range anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5 lakhs, depending on the host's choice of the venue. Hosting it at home, of course, turns out to be cheaper for the brand. As far as paying the host is concerned, their starting rate is 35,000 rupees for one appearance. Many of them do it out of personal relationships, and others get gifts in kind, that is usually the product itself. The agenda? Sure shot return on investment for the brand, whether in the form of on-the-spot sales or just getting introduced to a new set of targeted clients.
Our return on investment comes from the exposure of the brand. So what has happened is 20 new people have seen it. Possibly 2 or 3 will buy, but we don't pin our hopes on it. But what's very interesting is we have connected with different client base that we never had. It is then up to my team to make sure a follow-up is done in the weeks that come through after that. Because it's from then on that we have to persuade a client to come on board and acquire their first Judith Lieber.
The socialite turned brand influencer as a concept is fast gaining momentum in the Indian market. One of the key reasons being the host of challenges that India poses when it comes to luxury brands setting up shop here. This strategy saves them the hassle of setting up shop. At the same time, it is a sure-shot formula of generating a very elite set of potential clients without the hard sell.